Okay, so let's talk a bit about attention and attention economy, because I've seen this going around, and I was wondering, looking at the esports space and seeing, well, what is going on, and how are they earning money and the financials behind it. And for that part, I found this concept called attention economy. And attention economy is something that has been generated and created by the internet and the invention of the internet. And it is how your attention as a user is being monetized through attention grabbing things. So I wanna quickly take a look at what it is. What is attention economy and how it's relevant for esports, and look at why is it important to know about these things. Attention economy. There's this guy called Vincent Hendricks, who is like one of the front runners in this subject on attention economy from Denmark, and he has a PhD, and he's the professor of formal philosophy director of Center for Information and Bubble Studies at University of Copenhagen. So what is attention economy? Well, normally it is used in contrast with fake news. Fake news is not the way that we're gonna look at it, but to read about here, how did we get to this point? Writing on the back of the Enlightenment, in which more information, or rather knowledge, was envisioned as a boon rather than a bane. Indeed, as British essayist, publisher, playwright, literary and social critic T.S. Eliot would have it, where is all the knowledge we lost with information? Now, some statistics for you guys. Every 60 seconds on Facebook, 510,000 comments are posted, 293,000 status updates, and 136,000 photos are uploaded. More than 5 billion pieces of content are shared daily. Every second, on average, around 6,000 tweets are tweeted on Twitter, which corresponds to over 350,000 tweets sent per minute. 500 million tweets per day and around 200 billion tweets a year. There's 300 hours of video who's uploaded on YouTube every minute. Almost 5 billion videos are watched on YouTube every single day. But just because we have more information, we don't necessarily become the wiser. As American comedian Joey Novick once said, the information in the world doubles every day. What they don't tell us is that our wisdom is cut in half at the same time. Already back in 1971, I was 1 year old at the time, Nobel laureate Herbert Simon prophetically noted about the information age to come. In an information-rich world, the wealth of information means a death of something else, a scarcity of whatever it is that information consumes. What information consumes is rather obvious. It consumes the attention of its recipients. So what is he saying about all these statistics, all these things? Well, attention does not aggregate. You can't save it for a rainy day, and it's a zero-sum game. When you use it paying attention to one thing, you don't pay attention to another. And we don't multitask very well as humans, although we often claim otherwise. And it does not follow a normal distribution. It's distributed online in accordance with power laws. So the concept here is basically you have the attention, you have a limited fixed amount of attention. It's always present, always, in everything you do. Now, the attention that you have and that you are, whatever you are doing, you are using like your attention on that, which means you are neglecting it for everything else you're doing. So if you're watching this video or watching the stream, or if you're watching a Netflix series or whatever you're watching, your attention is on this. Now, when your attention is on this, you cannot do something different in that same time because you have this limited amount, but it's always present. And attention is a very limited resource. There's like only 24 hours in a day, and that's how you can earn, like that's how you can make money from it. So Netflix earns money from you paying for their subscription, so your attention is being used on the series and the movies you're watching there. Yeah, great. When you read articles, your attention is there, so you have to buy the piece of content for you to enjoy the article. And if you don't pay for it, well, then you pay with something else other than your attention, also with the cookies and everything else that's involved with it, with the targeted advertisement and everything. So that's why everything is trying to be attention grabbing, so you spend your limited amount of time and resources from this attention onto that thing that they want you to use your time and attention to. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that if you're watching a Counter-Strike stream, or an event, your attention is on the event, which means your attention is on the sponsors, it's on the teams, it's on the players, it's on the narrative and everything in between, what's going on inside of that event. So you have this event. That event is, and Counter-Strike and esports in general, it's feasible because of the internet. Well, when you have so much information and information is overflowing everywhere, you don't have the luxury of saying, well, if you spend your attention on one thing, you're neglecting another thing, right? You have this ball of attention, right? You use this you use this and you throw it onto the Twitch stream that's holding an event. Then that's what you're watching. And in hopes of you watching, the organizers and everyone who's buying in and you're spending money to gain your attention, they hope they can get that returned by you either paying or using some of your time and even talking about it in different contexts. In some ways, they will always get a return. Now, this return is something that is not easy to quantify, because if you don't spend money on it, well, then you talk about it and then you give it, you become a marketing platform yourself of that event and that player and that interest that you're following. Which means that if you are inspiring other people to get in and be a part of this, well, then they are coming in and then maybe they spend money. So there's a lot of different opportunities, there's a lot of different areas where this is super relevant, and it's relevant for everything. But this is the main way of how you earn money in esports, because you need to, it's like regular sports, right? The money comes in from the fans, which means that you have to have some kind of attention grabbing capabilities for the fans to actively follow, but also get out the wallet and spend money on whatever they want to spend their money on. So that's super interesting, and it's super important to remember, because normally with the attention economy, you're talking about targeted advertisements, and you're talking about, well, how can I be different from my competitors? How can I stand out? How can I be unique? And what kind of people am I trying to get to see my product? And what kind of people is it that I'm trying to cater to? What market group is the attention that I want to create and get for my product, which I believe is suited for these kinds of people? Well, it's the same with esports. Now you don't have targeted advertisement per se, but you have all of these sponsors who, you know, that if there's a ESL Cologne going on, right? You know there's gonna be a lot of people watching it. You know the demographic of the people that's gonna watch it, which means that the sponsors that's gonna come in are the sponsors that wants to grab a hold of this demographic, these young people with money to spend, right? And then earn their money back from it, which means this is one big marketing platform for everyone. But this doesn't only concern the events. This also goes back to the organizations and the players themselves, because the organizations have sponsors, right? So the organizations also have a series of sponsors that wants to get a hold of this demographic, but they are targeting the fan base of the organization, right? Whoever are fans of the organization or the players within the organization, that's what the sponsors are targeting in this sense. Now, how does the organizations earn money then? Well, the organizations earn money by getting the attention of their fans, getting it to the people, and then marketing in some creative ways. Some are super boring, but some are super creative and fun. And how you use this attention is how you get the more eyeballs on the sponsors. And when you get more eyeballs on the sponsors, they can demand more money. The organizations can demand more money to get the sponsors in and earn more and pay more, so they can pay the players more. And the players themselves are a big marketing platform as well for the sponsors. So everything goes in a circle. Everything goes in a big circle. And you have the marketing, that's everywhere, right? So you have everywhere from the players to the organizations to the tournament organizers, all of the way through. You have sponsors. You even have some of the same sponsors. And the entire goal of everything for it to be able to run around, if it had to be natural and homogenic, as it's called, right? You would have it in this encapsulated. You know, you would have all this money coming in, and then the natural like the wages will be set, and everything will be this as it's supposed to be, right? Now, when people come in with VC funded money, they want the best teams, right? So suddenly they get a big lump of money. Here you go, take all the money, and then suddenly they have a lot of money to spend, but they don't know how to earn that money back. But they don't think about that. These organizations didn't think about that in 2015, 2016. They got a bunch of VC money. They came in, they wanted the best teams, they wanted to win all the events, get the prestige. When you get the prestige, you get a bigger fan following. Bigger fan following means you get a bigger brand. Bigger brand means more money. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Well, if you inflate the salaries unnaturally, suddenly all of the other actors in the space needs to get up on the same level financially wise, which means they need to spend more money, and maybe they have them, maybe they don't have them. That's why you see organizations leave the space. It's because they don't have the necessary funds to be able to compete with all of these VC funded people. So you get all of this, right? You get all of this stuff, but then suddenly you figure out, well, all the fans don't want to pay for the attention. They don't want to pay for watching their favorite events. They don't want to pay for an ESL Cologne. Well, if they don't want to pay for an ESL Cologne, how are they going to earn the money? It's not only because it's not directly because the audience wanted it, but it's because of how their actions have reflected, and everyone needs to make money. When you inflate everything and you want more perks for all of the actors involved, if it is so inflated that the sponsor money alone cannot do it, well, then you have to use some kind of freemium model, or as the organizations or organizers has done now, because they are super scared of wanting to earn money from, or wanting the audience to pay for watching, you just get investment from anyone and everywhere, whoever has money that they can use or need, like they can spend, which invites the sports washing into everything, right? The point is, like, attention is the most vital currency that you have as an audience member and as a sponsor, as an audience member. That's what everyone is trying to compete for. That's your attention. Everyone in every single space, all the way from like social media targeted advertisement to your favorite sports teams and everyone in that area, and even like politics and the people and the governments, because they need your attention to uphold the laws and the regulations that they set in place. So everyone and every single thing that you are doing, and every single actor that's outside of your own and yourself is competing for your attention. And your attention is a lot of money worth. That's why they want to pay so much money for it. And that's why we can have industries which is grown naturally by the internet. You see these sketchy people come in, use so much money to compete for your attention. That's all there is to it. Every single thing that you are trying to create and everything that you are spending time on is costing attention from your limited span and time here on Earth, which means that whatever you do, which you do not find amazing or funny or interesting, or you don't really want to spend your time on, that is money earned for other people. So as long as you know that your attention is a lot of money, worth a lot of money, you can always spend your attention on whatever you find and seem and deem necessary, like an economy. And so think of your attention as a currency. Well, if you want to watch a series, watch a series. It's fine. Well, if you don't want to watch Formula One, you don't watch Formula One. It's kind of simple, right? But you need to know this concept, so you know how to deal with it. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god, my camera is fucking up. Oh, what the hell? Goddamn webcams. How do I fix this? Wait. Oh. Okay, there it got fixed. Okay. So there we have the why, or what, the what of attention economy. We have the why it's important, both for you as a person and for esports as well, to run around and do everything, right? So I hope this concept is something that you will think about, and that you think this is something that is super important and you can see the importance of it. Not just because I'm telling you, but because it's actually important. And I would definitely recommend that if you're more interested, go look up Vincent Hendricks and ask and see how he talks about attention economy. He uses it a lot with fake news and propaganda. That's another completely different ballpark that we haven't even touched upon yet, and that's like opening Pandora's box, because then we're gonna sit here for days on end. But definitely take a look. If you want to join the conversation, drop a sub, drop a follow, go on the Discord and trying to build it up, and then join the Patreon if you want. Everything is down in the link. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.